Well, the New York Rangers blew it. Video's over? Are we done? No? Okay. I guess we could talk about it. Last night, the New York Rangers blew a 3-0 lead and then lost in a shootout, 4-3 to Minnesota, and it was horrible. This is the kind of shit that the Rangers do that make me wonder, like, why can't I have this much passion for something else? Like a career. But yeah, the New York Rangers last night took on the Minnesota Wild. Of course, they were without Fox and Yedel and Shesterkin, all three of whom were injured during the 2-1 win over Carolina. That win extended the Rangers' win streak to 6, but as we all know, that's all we would get. The Rangers were also without Barclay Goodrow, who had gone home to be there for the birth of his first child. So I'm not too upset about that. Family first all the time, but we could have used you, buddy. The Wild are coming in on a 4-game losing streak, with most recently being Thursday with their 3-5 loss to the New Jersey Devils. First period begins. We've got Jonathan Quick in net with Louis Domingue backing him up because, of course, Shesty is injured. And then Eric Gustafsson stepped into the spot for Adam Fox. And we had another Gustafsson on the ice too. Every friggin' time that there's two dudes with the same name on, I short out, like my brain, like I have a stroke. I just can't figure it out. But yeah, Philip Gustafsson was in the net for the Minnesota Wild. And the Rangers had a very aggressive start. Very aggressive. They had a ton of pressure going, and they looked like they were just running the show. And Jimmy Vesey gets the scoring starting early with a great deflection in. The assists go to Ryan Lindgren and Tyler Pitlick. That would be their first assists of the season. And this is Jimmy Vesey's first goal. So everything's looking good. And then at 5:52, Artemi Panarin, he shoots one out and he gets it in. And all of a sudden, his point streak is now at 11 games. The Rangers are up 2-0. And then 1 minute, like a minute and 2 seconds after, our Gustafsson, Eric Gustafsson, scores on Phil Gustafsson, and the Rangers are up 3-0. And at this point, I'm like, oh, this is going to be such a fun video to make. I'm so excited. The assists on that were from Blake Wheeler and Will Cooley, and both of those guys earned their first assist of the season. Things are looking awesome. And then all of a sudden, the Rangers are calling a lot of penalties. Lots of stuff going on. The Minnesota Wild ended up having 3 pretty much back-to-back-to-back penalties, none of which were they able to capitalize on, but you can't have that. Not ideal. Yes, the Rangers killed off all 3 of those penalties, but talk about a shift in momentum. And at this point now, we've got Marc-Andre Fleury in net for the Minnesota Wild. After those 3 goals, Gustafsson was out. I'm happy because now there's only one dude with the last name on the ice. So things are looking okay, but these penalties just keep coming. The Rangers get a little bit of a break with 19 seconds left in their third penalty kill when Matt Zuccarello draws his own high stick, and for 19 seconds it's 4-on-4 play, and then the Rangers are going to have a minute and 41 seconds on the power play. And yes, the power play is usually pointed by Adam Fox, but Eric Gustafsson is going to be there, and he did it the other day with Carolina, and I would think that they would have worked on that power play 1 with Gustafsson being the point man. Fingers crossed, but no, nothing happened. Barely even got a shot off. It was not a great power play. First period comes to an end, and the Rangers are going into this first intermission up 3-0. They were outshot by the Minnesota Wild 14-7, but when you think about it, they've spent almost 6 minutes having the extra man on the ice, so that's kind of expected. And then the second period begins, and you could tell that the Minnesota Wild got ripped a friggin' new one during that intermission. They came out with guns blazing. The pressure was insane. The Rangers were having such a difficult time getting it out of their zone, and they were basically running offense the entire time until finally, at about 6 minutes in, Ryan Hartman gets a scoring started for Minnesota. And then wait, there's more. 30 effing seconds later, Eriksson Ek gets another goal. Complete side note, the Wild goal song is trash. It's not good. Peter Laviolette then calls a much-needed timeout, with hopes, I'm sure, to slow down some of the momentum on the Wild. But it doesn't really seem to do much because the Rangers still cannot get anything going. It's starting to look like a turnover fest. They cannot exit their own zone at all. And I don't get how you can be so strong in the first period and so in control and have all of the momentum and then suddenly be completely incapable of doing anything that you did in the first period. And with that, I'm talking about clearing the zone. The Rangers were having nice passes. They were cycling the puck up the ice. They were putting together tape passes to clear the zone. And now all we're seeing is this half-assed flinging of the puck up the ice with nobody around. They're just trying to clear the zone by flinging it without anything behind it, and that's obviously not working. And it took about 12 minutes for the Rangers to get anything going in the other zone. And that is 12 minutes too long. That long? No. And it didn't even last that long anyway, because after maybe 1 or 2 shifts of some shred of offensive play, it's right back down in the Rangers zone. And Jonathan Quick had to put up 2 amazing saves. The Rangers are outshot in that second period, 13-5, and they go into the second intermission very, very lucky to be up 3-2. And it really was just a matter of time, because a minute and 40 seconds into that third period, former Ranger Matt Zuccarello, wide open right in front, gets one pass, and now it is tied. The Rangers just blew a 3-0 lead. And then at the other end of the ice, while forward, Kirill Kaprizov is on the ground, head on the ice, bleeding from the face all over the place, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and thank God the Rangers get a break. Not that they're doing anything with these breaks, but they get a break. After the play was reviewed, it was figured out that he got hit in the face with his own stick, so that's why he's bleeding. Like, that was a gift. And now play seems to be getting more and more physical by the second, but when I say more and more physical, I mean that the Minnesota Wild are getting more and more physical. The Rangers are just kind of absorbing the hits. They're not putting up the same level of physicality as the Wild, and they're getting skated all over. And once again, it's only a matter of time before something's going to happen when you're getting skated around the rink and the Minnesota Wild score again. They get another goal, and all of a sudden this 3-0 lead is now a 4-3 trailing. There is no sign of Mika Zibanejad, no sign of Artemi Panarin, no sign of Chris Kreider. It's as if everybody stayed back in the locker room having a friggin' tea party. And as I am cursing everybody out, there's a shred of hope, just a little shred of hope. But Mika Zibanejad wins a great face-off. Eric Gustafsson gets the pass, sails it across to wide open Artemi Panarin. He takes a bullet of a shot from way out, and who else but Chris M.F. Kreider? Where's he going to be? He's going to be right in front of the net deflecting pucks. He deflects it in, and now we're back tied. And what do you know? We're going to another overtime. The Rangers hop right into overtime, and it is 5 minutes of spicy, horrible, pure hell. There was still more than 2 shots on goal, if that. And then after these 5 minutes of hell end, we are going to a shootout, and I'm going to puke. Minnesota shoots first. Matt Zuccarello, easy, boom, goal. Rangers shoot. Panarin, same deal, easy, boom, goal. Then Kirill Kaprizov, the bloody mouth fellow, he comes in, no goal. And then Zibanejad, also no goal. So there goes that chance. And then Boldy for Minnesota. The lucky bastard, he comes down, takes a shot, and it goes off the post, but it goes off the post so hard that it bounces back, bounces off of Jonathan Quick's back into the net. It ricocheted off the post and then ricocheted off of our own goaltender's ass and went in. So now Vinny Trocheck has to score, or it's over. And Vinny Trocheck does not score, so it is over. The Minnesota Wild end the Rangers' 6-game win streak, and they break their own 4-game losing streak. The Rangers are probably gonna have a really long and unfortunate flight home. And while yes, I get it, there are missing top players, there's no excuse in the world for the play to have been that erratic, is what it seemed like. Just the flipping of the puck up the ice with absolutely nothing in terms of any playmaking or any attempt to get into the zone, and the penalty after penalty after penalty. All of these things are not caused by the lack of Adam Fox. These are just lazy hockey plays. And hopefully the Rangers will have a chance to settle down and get a breath and pull it a bit together before their next game, because they will again be without Adam Fox and Philip Ito. So obviously that was a very frustrating game. The Rangers do have a couple of days before their next game, which is Tuesday at home on Garden Ice against the Detroit Red Wings. Hopefully some things will have been worked on coming into that game. So that is all I have for you guys today. I wish it was better news, and I wish it wasn't such a shit show of a game, but it was a circus, and I'm still upset about it. Thank you all for coming through. If this is your first time coming through, make sure you head down, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about last night's performance, if you can call it that, in the comments. I will see you guys all in the next one, and until then, I'm just gonna go try and ice my wounds and stop thinking about it.